we have Taylor Swift, Clean, Taylor's version. Lyric video. This one was requested by Nicole or Nikki. Thank you so much for the request. Thank you also so much for being a Patreon member. Let's go ahead and check this one out. Okay. Let's bring it back a decent bit here. First, let's talk production because I want to get that out the way real fast. It's very synthy. There's a lot of synth going on, specifically a synth bass in there. The percussion, it's a drum pad for sure, but it's very simplistic as well. Oh, here goes the mic. Hold on. It's gonna start fuzzing. We got a fuzzy mic. Fuzzy mic. Hello. Okay. Which. Again, I say this a lot when reacting to Taylor Swift, especially, but I like when the percussion is simple because she is, in my opinion, a very lyrics-forward artist. So the more simple the production and the instrumentals are, the better you can hear her story or whatever it is that she's wanting to come across, right? Lyrically, the drought was the very worst. When the flowers that we'd grown together died of thirst. It was months and months of back and forth. You're still all over me like a wine-stained dress I can't wear anymore. First and foremost, very metaphor heavy. When the flowers that we'd grown together died of thirst. I symbolize that, or the way I look at that is the relationship, right? Or the love, right? The feeling in that relationship. Died of thirst. Well, we gotta to better understand that in my head, I'm gonna go, okay, well, what makes a flower die of thirst? Flowers need water to continue to grow. How can I parallel that to I guess a relationship, right? Would be you need to spend time together, right? So time in the relationship is equal to water to the plant. Like, you need to water the plant, you need to water the relationship, you need to put time and effort into it. Because the drought, meaning being away, it was months and months back and forth. So maybe like here and there, you're still all over me like a wine-stained dress I can't wear anymore. First and foremost, she loves wine, throwing wine in metaphors. I'm assuming you're all over me like a wine-stained dress. That's got to just mean like, hey, you're still on my mind, even though you're not around me right now. Hung my head as I lost the war, and the sky turned black like a perfect storm. The rain came pouring down when I was drowning. Then that's when I could finally breathe. By morning, gone was any trace of you. So the storm, okay, so the storm is a metaphor for like the big, like, you know, when you're when whether it's a breakup or anything, there's the stages, right? The one stage is like where you just get all that emotion out, you just let it out. Is that the storm? She was drowning in the storm, meaning it was just, you know, all that emotion was happening. It was a huge episode of emotion, and then finally the storm passed, or the emotion moved on, and she's finally clean. She can breathe again. The wine-stained dress isn't dirty no more. And that's the metaphor. She's the dress. This other person's the wine stain. So she's clean of them. That's where I'm at so far. Sorry, I just yapped a lot, but yeah.
I can't wear
That's where I'm at so far.
Hung my head as I lost the war, and the sky turned black like a perfect storm. The rain came pouring down when I was drowning. That's when I could finally breathe. And by morning, gone was any trace of you. I think I am finally clean. There was nothing left to do. When the butterflies turned to dust that covered my whole room.
Ooh.
So I punched a hole in the roof. Let the flood carry away all my pictures of you. The water filled my lungs. I screamed so loud, but no one heard of
Hold on,
me.
hold on. So sorry to pause right here. We're gonna bring it back, but I really just want to breeze through the second verse. So there was nothing left to do when the butterflies turned the dust that covered my whole room. I'm gonna use, or I'm gonna take room as in maybe her head, right? Like what, like her thoughts, her brain. So I punched a hole in the roof. That would mean like I'm facing it head on. Let the flood carry away all my pictures of you. Well, the butterflies were the good parts of the relationship or the person, right? But all that turned to dust. So it's, doesn't need to be there anymore. Let the flood carry away all my pictures of you. Let that storm that we talked to prior get you out of my brain. I needed that flood to happen to just get this out. The water filled my lungs. I screamed so loud, but no one heard a thing. I'm assuming that means that it was all internal. She did that all internally or like by herself, in a room somewhere or whatever. It was all internal. It was an internal storm, if you will.
Of you. The
Damn.
water filled my lungs. I screamed so loud, but no one heard of me.
That voice crack.
Rain came pouring down when I was drowning. That's when I could finally breathe. And by morning, gone was any trace of you. I think I am finally clean.
Round of applause. That was Clean by Taylor Swift. Beautifully written. I'm going to start with that. The lyrics on this are beautifully written. I want to talk about this bridge real quick. 10 months sober, I must admit, just because you're clean doesn't mean you don't miss it. When I see 10 months sober, I'm thinking in the first verse, she talked about the wine on the dress, right? So she was symbolizing that the person was the wine, she was the dress. Well, when you are around the person a lot, right? She's sober now, meaning she's not around them. If they were the wine, right? She's not been around them in 10 months. And just because she hasn't doesn't mean that she doesn't miss them. 10 months older, she won't give in now that I'm clean. I'm not going to message you. The drought was the very worst when the flowers that we'd grown together died of thirst. It's a callback. The metaphors, man. It's the metaphors, dude. Sonically, it had a nice chorus. I mean, it sounded big, and that's a common thing when you're using synths. I mean, you could just do so much with synths. I could be here all day talking about synthesizers. Huge sounding chorus. But for me, I think the writing on this one is the one that takes it. I would listen to this one more for the writing. Honestly, you could kind of just study it. Matter of fact, I read in the chat one time, I forgot who said it, that they study her lyrics in a college class or something like that. And like, I mean, I can see why. Like the way that she finds ways to make metaphors out of things and have so many parallels going on with entendres, and next is onomatopoeia and alliteration. Harvard and other colleges have a Taylor class. Yeah. I mean, you could see why. This is some of my favorite metaphors, to be honest with you. The way, like, because not only do we get metaphors, but we get callbacks to past verses and stuff. Clean by Taylor Swift. One more round of applause. Thank you for that request. Thank you for that request, Nicole.